This comes to us from PC Gamer. This is, of course, this is in relevance to Stellar Blade. Gooner Game of the Year. Stellar Blade mods are 41% smut, ensuring gamers will never see the light of heaven.
Well, that's a little extreme, I think.
Yeah. It's intentionally clickbaity. They know what they're doing.
So, Eric, have you seen Stellar Blade? Have you had?
I've seen enough of Stellar Blade to be happy that it's on the PC, and so maybe I can play it eventually.
Yes, there are a lot of mods. The other day I looked up how many mods there were, and I believe last time I checked, it was 14 pages, and each page had 20 mods. And every time I was looking at it, like 80% of them were blurred out.
I mean, just from the character alone and some of the outfits that are in game that I've seen, there can't be that much work in modding this.
They're putting out like, okay, so there are a couple outfits that Shin Jae-yoon, which is the model that modeled they modeled her after Eve, right? So the body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not after, they modeled Eve after her, sorry. And she wears some skimpy outfit on her Instagram or whatever, or her Twitter, and they will mod her outfit into the game. So, and the cool thing is that Shin Jae-yoon is actually reposting or retweeting the mods that that the fans are putting out, which is funny, right? That goes to show that how much the modding community respects the game, and even the model that plays after respects it. And even Kim Hyung-tae, which is the creative director, said that he's 100% on board with people modding the crap out of the game. And he says that he's looking forward to seeing the mods. And some of the mods are tastefully done. Of course, there are some mods that are actually out of control.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like one of them was like pregnant Eve. I'm like, we don't need that. One of them was one of the bosses turns into Thomas the Train. Just like, okay, that's funny, but I will not be able to telegraph whenever the enemy's attacking because there's no animation. There's just a train running at you. So I thought that was funny. But overall, this game has been really, really popping off. And it is the highest PS5 exclusive to Steam games ever. It is the highest.
I believe it.
And as of right now, in the past, I guess you would say, earlier this week, we got 188,000 concurrent players, and right now we have 100.
Yeah, and the game is not cheap. It's pretty pricey, especially for a year-old game, right?
This game is 1 year old, and people are still playing this game. And we have a lot. And this is where we talk about, I guess you would say, appeal, right? And we're not talking about people. Oh, this character is hot. I want to have sex with this like 3D model. It's not that, right? Maybe to some people, right? But this is just a character that looks great, that draws people in, but the music is great. The combat's top tier, right? And every character that's I guess you would say humanoid character, that's like, I guess most of them are like human, some of them are not. Most of them are good looking. There's no character in here that's ugly looking. And like this is where like, and of course, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, sex sells.
Yeah.
Right. So so Eric, I want to get your thoughts on this, and why aren't I guess you would say American studios making that much money? Why aren't they?
I don't think they have to. I think the ideology and the pandering and the self-insert stuff, like here in the States, there was a massive effort where a lot of the studio heads, not just in gaming but in comics and in television and movies, were all kind of taken over by a certain group of people who had an agenda that was not making money, not making entertainment, certainly not pleasing the customer. They wanted to please themselves. And that still hasn't gone away yet. We still have, it's holding on with a death grip in our entertainment industry. But, where there's something like that leaves opportunity for people like me to be an independent creator, to create something that people like, and then hopefully that'll get more eyeballs and we can actually compete with the mainstream. If the mainstream was doing what the customer wanted, there'd probably be fewer customers for people like Jay and myself.
Yeah, I agree. I think give the fans what they want, right? And the goal is not to appeal to everyone, but to appeal to your key demographic.
Hmm.
And according to gamers, who are the key demo? 85 to 90% are men, straight men.
Mhm.
So what's the problem with well, I guess you would say you doing fan service or knowing that a group of people that like hot women, what's wrong with having a good looking person in your game, right? Whether it's men or women. So like there's no problem in that. And I think you're absolutely right. Like people they want to appeal to everyone, and when you appeal to everyone, you appeal to
You appeal to
nobody.
nobody.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it goes to show that like if you actually look at the past several games that came out, Expedition 33, none of the characters are ugly. Even the bad guys are not ugly. Like the only things that are, I guess you would say, crazy looking or overweight are like the monsters. Now
Yeah.
and you have like all the main characters look great. Like Lune looks great, CL looks great, Mael looks great,
Mhm.
and even the main characters they all look fantastic. And then you have a DLC character like Mai Shiranui for Street Fighter 6, or even any of the woman in Street Fighter 6. They all look good. They all look fantastic. And then you have Marvel Rivals. All the female characters look fantastic. And then you have this game that the character looks great. And it's funny that everybody has a problem. Like everybody in the West has a problem with this, especially people who are of the woke mind virus, like those people. It's because they can't get out of their head that why are our games failing? What's going on? And it's the westernization of like these people who I guess you would say have brain rot and who just like told a lie no matter what, right? Even though they know it's wrong, it's because we have to say whatever the masses are saying. Is because if we say otherwise, we're going to get canceled by our own.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and what's the commonality with all those 4 studios, right, that worked on it? They are not US. Like everything is like you have Korea, you have Japan, you
Mhm.
have China, and you have France. It's funny enough that France is in it, but still, like they're probably learning now. But I digress, right? Like none of it is US. And if you take a look at all the game of the year nominees last year, none of it's US.
Yeah.
So it goes to show that if you cater to your key demo, you will make a crap ton of money, right? And also make a good game, not just make a shitty ass game, right? Like First
Right.
Ascendant, right? First Ascendant looks great, the gameplay is not great, right?
Really?
And it became very I guess you would say like monetarily, like sort of
Yeah. It's
yeah.
not cheap.
Yeah.
The stuff are not cheap there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I guess let's go back to I'm gonna show the article again, and I'll sort of just summarize. Basically, the game was released and basically saying that 96 out of 234 of the mods were mostly nude. Right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
What a
bodysuit with
shocker.
nipples. It's like, of course it's gonna happen. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the game was always marketed as like the sex appeal of Eve. Like the gameplay is honestly is the secondary. It's granted it's still good, not the
Mhm.
best of the best, but it's still good. But the main drawing point of Stellar Blade is you're playing as a hot chick. That's all
Yeah.
there is to it. So what a shocker! There's gonna be a lot of nude mods once it becomes available to the modding community. Yeah,
And the
absolutely.
insane thing about it is that this game had about 90 something mods or 70 something mods before the game was out because they had a demo. So
Oh,
it was out for like 2 weeks or something like that, and like people were modding the crap out of it, and it's great, right? And I guess this article is complaining is because they said that the top 10 mods are all adult only mods, have over 250,000 downloads. Okay, just letting you know, I did not download any of those mods. I do have some mods that I did use, but they're not like I could play on stream and I won't get them monetized, okay? But yeah, and basically saying that this game that has over 188 concurrent players, it's humor and basically humorously notes that modders smut obsession ensures that the gamers will not see heaven. And I think, of course, this is absolutely an opinion piece, is because they're probably mad that their game, like Concord or Dragon Age:
Or-
The Veil Guard
Veilguard,
is
or-
not doing well.
or even Relooted. It's not even doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as a person that comes to an art standpoint, like wouldn't you, like Eric, like wouldn't you want to make your character most appealing as possible? Is because like what, like would you ever, I guess you would say, like make your main character not appealing?
I mean, the only reason you would do that is if it's core to the story and who the
Mm-hmm.
character is.
Yes.
Like you could definitely develop a story where, and I think it would probably be pretty good, where you start out with like a fat slob of a character, but the story is about them improving themselves, getting healthy. There's a kid right now on X who's gone viral. Something Reed, I think, is his handle. He started out at like 450 pounds, and he's dedicated to posting himself exercising and doing the work and showing his progress. And I shared it out, I think 3 or 4 days ago, and I said, everybody who's commenting in this is probably worth a follow, because all the comments were, we're here for you, we support you, you can do it, keep going, don't give up, you're an inspiration, those types of things. We love those stories. So you could have a character that's a black sheep, that's an ugly duckling, but make it a hero's journey to get to that ideal, because that's what we want in our stories. Is real life sucks, real life hurts, real life is ugly, so we want something to aspire to, and that's what games and stories give us. I mean, I don't have biceps, but I wanted to be He-Man. I didn't need He-Man to be a fat kid. That wouldn't have done it for me. Because you want something greater than yourself to aspire to. So
absolutely
make it part of the story and it would work.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why, like, we have stuff that are, like, the hero's journey is absolutely like a very, very great example, and showing like, and that's where like the Mary Sue thing also comes in.
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah, it's like this person is great, better at anything, doesn't need to learn, doesn't need to. There's no hero's journey. They're already the best at everything. Then what's the point of reading it? What's the point
exactly.
in like
And
watching
you
this?
could have a hot Mary Sue that checks all of the Gooner boxes, whatever you want to call it. But if the story didn't have a struggle, any personality to the character, it's cardboard. It'd fall flat. And, people would, it'd be like some of these movies where you get a good opening day, second day, because people tell each other, like, dude, she looks good, but the gameplay sucks. Like you were just saying about like what was it, the first Descendant?
Yeah.
Looks beautiful, the models are all great, but if the playability's not there.
Yeah. It's you can only go so far, and like curb appeal, like window shopping and stuff like that. Like if like that's all important, but if you don't have anything, if it's just surface deep, no one's gonna care. No one's gonna come back to your.
At least, not in the long run.
Yeah. Like people come in, cool, the character's hot, and they're gonna check out.
Yeah, and when we were working on the plot of the Merkmaid book, we have all of the obvious sex sells, sex appeal things going on. She's got a big wreck and big guns and whatnot. But there's a really good story there. And Piper's Adventure, who she wrote the thing, really put like some personality in the character, put some struggle into the character. There's a lot of questions that really don't get answered because you kind of left, like we end the story. It is one complete story. It's not a cliffhanger. It's not bait for issue 2 or anything like that. So people can walk away satisfied that they had a good story. And that was always part of the conversation was, does it meet the story? There's a scene that most of us like where her last ditch effort is to get the help of the starfish character. And, it was like, we kind of pushed back and forth, like, is this too much? Is this too much fan service? But it really works with the story and it makes a really cool dynamic. So it works. So, it's just like with anime and manga. There's a lot of characters that aren't that great looking, aren't that well designed, aren't that well drawn, but the story is there and the story holds it up.
Yep.
It's true across all mediums.
Yep, absolutely. Right. But yeah, this is this is definitely, like Grae said, this is definitely a rage bait article. Hopefully to draw people to go read this article, which is, I guess, in a way sort of worked because people are talking about this. But absolutely, this is a huge win for Shift Up, is because this will just embolden them to make better and more games that cater to their fan base. They made this game called Nikkei, Goddess of Victory, which is absolutely a Gooner game. But it's very predatory when it comes to monetization. But people will play. People play and pay for it. I believe Eve is like $60.
Yeah,
So,
I got the DLC for Nikkei for PS5. I finished it already. Their DLCs are really short. The Nier Automata and the Nier, they're really short. You can finish it in like 2 hours each.
yeah.
Like yeah.
But yeah, like I'm looking forward to their next game. Project Witches should be coming out in the past next couple years or so, and then we're gonna get Stellar Blade 2. And I guarantee, I think we might be getting an expansion. I believe that's what they said, an expansion or a DLC, maybe with Raven. We're not sure, but we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to everything that Shift Up is coming out with. Thanks for checking out this segment from the Project Eggroll podcast. Make sure to catch us live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Also, be sure to subscribe, and we will see you all there.